Show me how. All right, folks, I'm going to show you how. This is a layout for a stair. Okay, and what I have here is I have a riser at 7 5/16. The deck is at 10. Actually, this is at 10 5/16. The tread, the riser is at 7 5/16. Okay, and so all throughout the middle, I'm clamping this one because I had stress, these cracks. All throughout the middle, you're good until the top where you hit the landing and the very bottom. And that's going to be partially determined on the positioning of the top and what kind of floor. So the floor here is only 3/4. All these are 1.5 inches, taking in consideration the rough plywood. Okay, 3/4, and then another 3/4 for some wood flooring, which is 1.5 inches. So you add 1.5 inches all the way, and all these still come out to the same size, which is 7 5/16. This is 3/4 less because I don't have 3/4 and 3/4 adding on to that. Okay, only 3/4 is coming up on this. Otherwise, it would have another 1.5 inches. Okay, so that's that portion of cutting the stairs. And what you're going to do when you cut these stairs is you have to use a square. And I could show you a dirty square. I don't want to have to edit this video. And what you do is you cut it with a skill saw, and then you come back with a jig and cut the corners. So let me show you what this is looking like, all right? What happened was the stairs that were here, they were too steep. They were about 40 degrees, which is not good. And you can see the original stairs right here. They laid out to about 40 degrees, all right? And what I have now is these steps are 10, like I said, here, let's measure exactly what they are so you understand. So here's the tread, about 10 5/16, and the rise is 7 3/16, 1/4 inch, okay? The stairs are gonna go through this drywall, which goes into the garage, which is gonna create a shallower slope, okay? So this was originally 40 degrees. The stairs are not gonna be this high, but if you look at it, it's sloping shallower. It's on a more gradual slope, not nearly as steep. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, so you'll cut the corners after you skill saw them with a jigsaw. And here's a square that you can use. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that, folks. So you can use this square as your layout for the stairs. And you can see, look how small the treads were. They were about 9, and the rise was 8. They really don't want it more than 7 3/4, and your tread should be at least 10. So mine's like 10 1/4, 10 3/8, and the rise is 7 1/4, which is wonderful. Okay, now let's go back one more time. All right, see, if you look at this, okay, the tread is 9. The rise, 8. Horrible. See it? 8, 9. They want you between about, well, no more than 7 3/4. A 7 10 rule's good, which is 7 on the rise, 10 on the tread. But I like to rise even, well, 7's okay. 7 1/4 is great. And then the deck could be more than 10. It's just a little bit more area for your footing, all right? So let me explain this out real quick, all right? What you're gonna wanna do when you lay this out is, you see I'm at 7 1/4, and you see this is at 10 5/16, because I put a mark. This This edge here was when the board was straight. So really, in essence, what you're doing is, here's what you're doing. You would set your square at 10 1/4 and 7 1/4, or however you wanted it. All right, so if you wanted this 11, the tread, the rise 6 1/2, then you would set that accordingly. So you set it, and then you just start marking on the inside all the way down. And what you need to do is, you could use a stair calculator. You want to calculate how many risers you need. Okay, and if your tread, if you're landing on the last, your last tread is flush with the deck, then you don't need the tread, obviously. Well, then you don't, you know, you would deduct that from your stair calculation, okay? I know this is a little bit much. All I'm doing here is I've just glued this because you can see the wood has splits in it, so I'm shearing it up. I'll come back, throw a couple quick fasteners in there, and I'm ready to mount this, and I'll show it to you when I'm done. Show me how. Hang tight. Okay, so I'm adding here the risers first. It doesn't really matter as far as the numerical sequence. I just happen to do every other one. So you try to get it as level as possible. Of course, now you're going to have to get relatively flush on the top of your rise there. But you'll have a little bit of manipulation. You could use drywall shims if you want, or rip down a little piece of shim material. Now you see the staircase here? It ended right where that raw wood is showing. That's where the staircase ended. So now I've extended it back one tread, approximately, a little bit less, about 8 inches. And I extended it out at the bottom on the first tread, 10 inches. So it's a little bit longer, probably about 16 inches or so. And that has allowed me to drop about 5.5 degrees on the slope. So you can see here I'm covering up all of the old tread riser patterns, and then we pick it up right here. And then you see, as you go more and more, the exposed riser and tread becomes more profound or prominent. You see that? It increases larger and larger to the very top one. And the reason why that's happening is because this tread riser is dropping down, which is lowering or starting to gradually reduce the steepness of the slope. So now we're in good shape. We're in excellent shape, because I've got 10 1/2, I got 10 1/4 here, at least 10 1/2, because I'll have a little bit of nosing. And it's going to be wonderful. The obstacles were, I'm protruding out here. Okay, so there's a couple things you can do here. One is you can build your wall out and extend it out to about here. So I have the same situations when I started, where the stairs were stepped back. They started about 3 inches back inside the walls. Or I can put a decorative piece here to kind of showcase the stairs, which is probably what I'll do, since I'm going to do them all in oak. Maybe a little bit of a mosaic on the back with the wood, so it's probably going to be worthy to showcase them. And so that's what it looks like. All right, and I'll show you when it's done, but man, I'm relieved, because those other ones were way too steep. All right, so don't go anywhere. This would be it walking up, okay, so. I mean, it's a piece of cake. Okay, folks, this is my final rough in for the stairs. As you can see, I extended this out. There'll be another piece of 3/4 here on the riser, on all the way around. And then I'll overhang that bottom step, dress it up, kind of trick the eye as I'm protruding out from these walls. I don't want to extend the walls. I think this is going to be fine and dandy. And anyways, what a difference. So wonderful. Again, they don't want you more than 3/8 differential on all the risers. I'm within an eighth. Hallelujah. Treads, minimum 10. These are about 10 1/4. And my risers are only 7 1/4, which is just fantastic. Okay. Because then you don't have a big rise. Okay. And then what I did to make this happen, you can see how far back now this riser is. This is where it used to be, okay? And then at the bottom of the stair, it landed 3 inches inside of that end wall. So that's why you had such a steeper incline, a steeper slope. And this is wonderful. I could run down this now. Before, when you walked down it, your momentum just took you and almost wanted to tumble. My battle also, if you ever need to do something like this or whenever you're doing stairs period, factor in, like I got a doorway right at the top of the stair. Okay, so obviously I couldn't encroach on that. I can show you in this house what somebody else did, just to show you what I'm talking about. So this staircase was too steep, and this was added on over here. This whole wing here, from here forward, was added on. Nice incline on the stair, probably about the same as what I did, but look at it. See how ugly that is? Eyesore protrudes in the doorway. So these are the things you have to factor in. I could show you a lot of errors on this place, but that might be for another video, okay? So here you have it, folks. Final. And the only two, once you get your run and your rise right, the only two differences in the risers would be the bottom and the top. The top would be different depending on if you've already got a floor on top, which I did, a rough floor, okay, the subfloor. And then the same way with this one. So this one turned out to be 3/4 smaller, the rise, than all the other ones. Because as you can see, I'm not putting something down here. It's already there. I'm putting that on top. And then the top riser was 3/4 taller, okay? Show me how, just showed you how to cut and install a staircase. Remember, think thrice, measure twice, cut once. I go above and beyond the measure twice, cut once. Think thrice, lay it all out. So this is what I envisioned, which is phenomenal. And I didn't quite think I was gonna come out one step. It's okay, it makes sense. All right, show me how. Thank you for watching, subscribing, following. Get me up to the monetary status, folks. All right, out.